Hello YouTube, this is Monisha Smith and I am here to review Sleepy Hollow episode 13. In Sleepy Hollow episode 13 we have a lot of activity. The hidden one has grown stronger and he is getting stronger day by day. And I'm going to make this review quick as I know how. So in this episode, we finally get to the bottom of I think it's the bottom of Abby's obsession with this. And apparently, when you're inside that place of the catacombs, I always feel like she's going to have some side effects from that, and I feel like that was what she needed to cope with because she was in there for so long. And in that episode, we have Abby still dealing with it and struggling it like it's no tomorrow. And a new monster has finally shown itself, and it is this creature that has a scorpion tail, sharp claws, and it looks like a devil, and it turns out to be the New Jersey Devil. Like, if you know lore and monsters, you know what the New Jersey Devil is. And it is still to this very day why a lot of people visit New Jersey and stuff like that. They'll come back with a New Jersey t-shirt or something like that. So Abby, she's quiet, she's not doing much, but Crane, he is just so worried about his partner like there's no tomorrow. So I'm just gonna skip ahead to this was a good episode, y'all. Like, they were doing a lot in this episode, and I want to talk about excuse me for taking so long to talk about it. I want to talk about Abby's sister and the lieutenant and the guy who died's son. So he thought it was a good idea to replace this girl's house. Now, as we all know, she does not like change. And he replaced the house with a new thing. And he's like, don't you love it? Isn't it great? And she's all like, no, I don't love it. You stole my house. All my stuff is gone. I thought you was going to get a new garbage disposal or something. But no, he replaced the whole freaking house. Like, it's not even nothing. And he doesn't see what he did was wrong. At first, I didn't see what he did was wrong, but then I remember what type of person Abby's sister was. She's someone who doesn't like change. Like, this is my piece of stuff. This is my stuff, and I don't want it to be touched or changed or altered in any way, no matter how bad it is. Sorry, y'all. It's just that it's hard to get your hat looking right. So I'm always adjusting it. I love this hat. I know I should just throw it away, but I love it too much. So anyway, Abby is still dealing with her thing, and basically they have to find this monster, and it turned out to be one of Crane's old people from the past that Jefferson, one of Crane's old mentors, picked him over the monster that is now terrorizing Sleepy Hollow. And I think he always been upset about that because he felt like he was genius, all this genetic mutation that he was doing. And I guess Crane's mentor saw it only as madness, and so does Crane does. So long story short, Crane gets slashed across the chest by this monster. And this monster is just like, bye, Crane. And Abby, she's putting up the poison. She's grinding up the poison. But as she's walking to Crane, she is just so mesmerized by a pendant that looks the same as this. And it's made of gold, too. So she's like so pretty. And she's mesmerizing. And Crane almost died. And she snaps out of it just in time to remake the poison because she spilled it as she was looking at that gold pendant. And she finally cured Crane of his poison. And Crane was like, I almost died, but you were staring at this pendant like it was some type of god or something. And he's like, if it was in this guy's hands, it's evil, Abby. You need to throw this thing away. And Abby's like, I was in that place for 10 months, Crane, almost a year. I saw this and it gave me peace. And Crane was like, you still need to throw this away. I understand, because some soldiers would come home with things that were bad, but they still kept them because it gave them peace. And Crane still advised Abby to throw it away. But we put that aside as we tracked down Crane's old friend that is now a monster. Actually, he wasn't really his friend. He was just somebody he hated. Like, he was an old person from his past that he hated that is now a monster. And this guy is like, I have making the sands of time. And he does make the sands of time from, I don't know if the sands of time or the sands of life. I don't know what it was called. I forget. Somebody correct me in the comment section if they can. And he finally did it, and now the hidden one finally has what he needs. But Abby stabs him in the chest with the thing that he used to make those sands and electricity, and he just blows up. Now let me just say, as this new bad guy, I forget what his name was, but this new bad guy, I personally loved him. Like, I really loved him. I was like, I want to see more of him, and they just killed him off like that. I'm not saying the hidden one and his wife isn't a good bad guy, but I just really didn't I just don't gravitate to them too much. I'm not like, let's keep them forever. No, I'm not like that. I'm like, if they die the next episode and we get another bad guy, then I'm cool. So we move on back to Abby and their trailer, and back at Abby in their house, and Abby's like, Train approaches Abby and tells her, I'm sorry. It is not my place to judge how people cope with things. I wasn't there, so I can't judge you, and I'm not going to judge you because I just can't tell people how to cope with things as long as they're not hurting anybody. And Abby's like, the first thing I need to admit is that I have a problem with this thing. And the second thing I need to admit is and that's a healthy start, is the second thing I need to do is let it go. And so she gives it to Crane slowly, and Crane takes it from her, and we look at the pendant for a few minutes, like the camera looks at the pendant for a few more minutes, makes you feel like, maybe this is not the end of this pendant. Like, maybe there's more to this pendant than people let on. Okay, so we move on to the hidden one, and he finally raised the sands of time or life, whatever you want to call it. Somebody let me know at the bottom. I forget. And he is just so happy because finally he has the power he needed and wanted. And he said, this is how we're going to remake the new world. So basically, kid gloves are off. Next episode is going to be full frontal power and destruction and fighting and blood. And on a happier note, Abby's sister's boyfriend fixed back her house, gave her back her trailer, and he realized what he did was wrong, and she locked him out of the house. It was funny. I love these two. They're my favorite couple on Sleepy Hollow right now. Actually, my first favorite couple on Sleepy Hollow was Kindred and his wife, but they got blown up, so we're sad. But other than that, I'm happy for this episode. So this was season 3, episode 13. Next episode is going to be episode 14. I am having a blast with Sleepy Hollow, guys, despite my lack of memory of it. I'm sorry. It's just like, when you don't watch after you watch an episode, you can't review for the next 3 days. You sort of forget things. So sorry, everybody. I'll try to review it sooner, but this was a blast episode as I think about it, and I am so entertained and enjoyed. I just hope Sleepy Hollow still steps up their game and we get more violent monsters and stuff like that, and more fighting. I still want them to step up their game because I still felt like season 2 was still better than this season. But maybe it will take some time. Okay, bye everybody.